I'm a realtor and I'm about to talk some of you out of buying a house because right now renting can actually be cheaper than buying, and nobody else who's trying to sell you a mortgage is actually going to tell you that out loud. Your parents might swear that it's just throwing away money, and the internet's going to tell you that you'll be priced out forever if you don't buy today. And they both could be wrong, and it's costing people real money. Now, real quick, guys, if this is your first time to the channel, my name is Devin with the Fort Worth Blueprint, and I run the math for people every single week who are trying to make this decision. So in the next few minutes, I'll show you the real Fort Worth numbers on renting versus buying side by side. Then I'll give you the one number that actually decides which one is going to be smarter for you. And I'll tell you exactly when renting is a genius move and when buying actually is. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it. All right, so here's the first thing. Every piece of rent versus buy advice that you've ever gotten is quoting a market that honestly doesn't even exist anymore. Your parents told you that renting might be throwing away money, and when they bought, they were honestly probably right. They locked in probably a mortgage that was under 3% on a house that is about the price of a nice truck today. And of course, buying one, but you're not shopping in their market anymore. You're shopping about 6.5%, if not more, on a house that costs six figures more than their house ever did. Then there's the other side, right? The agents that are on the internet screaming, buy now or you'll be priced out forever. And honestly, guys, that's not advice. That's just good old fear mongering. Now, both sides are loud and both sides are confident. And honestly, both sides are answering a question from over a decade that's already over. So we're really going to jump into what it looks like. So let's toss that old, outdated advice out the window and look at what these numbers actually look like in Fort Worth right now. Because when you run the real math on both today, the number at the bottom surprises everybody almost every time. So let's take one house and pay for it two different ways. Say it's a normal 3-bedroom in a solid Fort Worth suburb. So as a rental, that house can go for around $2,100 a month. So you write the check on that one, you pay some utilities and things like that, and you wipe your hands, you're done with it, right? Now let's buy that exact same house. Fort Worth's median price right now is $336,000. So to do that right, most times you can put down 20%, which is $67,000 in cash, and that's gone before you even touch the keys. Then your monthly. Once you stack on the loan at today's rates, the property taxes, the insurance, that lands you about $2,500 a month. And that's before the water heater explodes on you on a random Sunday. So look at what just happened. To buy that house, you paid at the least $400 more every month and handed $67,000 up front for that same square footage, the same street, really the same everything. But right now, today in Fort Worth, renting honestly can be flat out cheaper, whether it's in a house or an apartment. And that's not me being anti-house. That's just me giving you the honest truth. So Devin, you're telling me that renting is the obvious move, right? Well, guys, not so fast, because that cheaper monthly payment is quietly hiding something that a lease will never be able to give you back. And here's where both sides actually have a point, and neither of them will really admit it. When you rent, whether it's a $1,500 a month apartment or a $2,100 a month house, you're getting something real for that money. You're buying flexibility. Say your job gives you an offer or something in Austin and you have to be gone within 30 days. You don't have to worry about a realtor, no showings, no praying that the home sells. And when that AC unit dies in July, that's $8,000 of a problem for your landlord, not for you. So that's generally worth paying for right there. So no, renting isn't just throwing away money, but knowing they're different doesn't tell you which one is right for you. And that comes down to one single number. And that one number has nothing to do with the interest rates that everybody everybody are obsessed with today. So here, guys, is the real number that settles this whole entire debate. And again, it's not the interest rate. It's how many years do you actually plan on staying here? Buying a house is like, a club with a crazy cover charge on the way in and another one on the way out. Getting in, you've got closing costs, a few $1,000s on top of your down payment. And getting out, you hand over an agent about 6% just to sell it. So the day that you get the keys, you're actually really already in a hole. And the only thing that digs you back out of that hole, guys, is going to be time. So every year that you stay, two quiet things work for you. You chip down at the loan just a little bit, and the Fort Worth growth adds a little bit of value on top. So if you stay long enough and that stack finally passes what renting would have cost you, for most people, that break-even point is going to land about the 5-year mark. So if you sell it about 2 years, you could have some equity there, or you could really just have enough to really just catch you back up on that loan. So you sit past 5 years, buying pulls ahead, and it really doesn't even look back. So the real question was never rent or buy. It's how long do you actually plan on staying? Rent below the line and you buy above it. So the only thing left to figure out is which side of the line are you actually on? And once I lay it out, you'll know your answer within probably about the first 10 seconds, if we're being honest. So here's the honest answer, and it depends entirely on who you are. Rent right now if any of these is you. You just moved to Fort Worth, or you're about to, right? You're not sure which suburb that you really want. Your job could move you in the next couple years, or writing a check that's the amount of like $67,000 would just wipe out your savings. If that's you guys, go ahead and rent. That's okay. Grab that apartment or that house, stay flexible, and do not gamble tens of thousands of dollars on a neighborhood that you've probably never lived in. And, rent there for the first year, learn the traffic, learn the schools, figure out where you actually want to be, then buy with your eyes wide open. Now flip it. Buy if your job is stable. You know the area, you're planning to plant your roots for the next 5 years or more, and you've got the down payment money without even batting an eye and going broke. Because every month that you wait, Fort Worth is going to get a little bit more expensive. So stop renting your future from a landlord and go build it yourself. And look, if you're honestly not sure which side of the line that you're on, that's exactly the conversation that I have with people every single week. So you don't have to make this call alone. Now, there's no universal answer that's going to be right for everyone here. There's only one right answer, and that's going to be for your situation. So guys, look, before you rent anything or you buy anything, figure out which part of the Fort Worth area actually fits you, whether it's actually in Fort Worth proper or it's a suburb, because that call matters more than any one that you're going to make. And I broke down the suburbs and the areas in these videos here. So be sure to check those out, guys. And that's going to be it for this one. So be sure to like and subscribe if you find this helpful. And if you are thinking about it, let me know the pros and cons of renting versus buying in the comments. I would love to hear it, and we'll see you on the next one.